This video is regarding programming languages and design concepts, which is conducted by the SLIIT students in purpose of educating people on how a language is selected to develop a software. A brief introduction of our selected software. Overview. Notepad++ is an enhanced text editor and source code editor that mainly designed for Windows-based platform. Notepad++ project is developed by a company named SourceForge that runs their business mostly in web-based manner. Developed in November 2003. Features over existing notepads. Tab document interface. Multiple clipboard. Split screen. Spell checker. Support for text encoding formats. File comparison. Supported for multiple programming language source codes. This shows a Notepad++ interface used as a PHP text editor. As you can see, it's developed in an understandable manner where keywords, comments, data types are highlighted separately, which has the concept of pretty printer. Notepad++ and source code. Syntax highlighting and syntax folding. Brace and intent highlight. Regular expressions. Tools for line sorting and text encoding. Macro reading and execution. Auto-completion. Overview. C++. Major C++ design goals. OO features class inheritance. Strong type checking for better compile time debugging. Efficient execution. Portable. Easy to implement. Good interfaces with other tools. Why C++ for Notepad++? C++ is a high-level language. Support most of the principles in programming language, such as structural consistency, syntactic consistency, 0 to 1 infinity rule, defense in depth, regularity principle. Maintain language evaluation properties. Readability, writability, reliability, cost. Programming principles. C++ and language evaluation properties. In C++, ambiguity is handled. Suppose that two classes named A and B both have a member named X, and a class named C inherits from both A and B. An attempt to access X from class C would be ambiguous. This situation is handled by quantifying a member with its class name using the name scope resolution operator. Furthermore, let's take a look at an example. Struct A has a variable declared named X. Struct B and C are both inherited from A. When using the declared variable, scope resolution operator is used to identify the exact variable without ambiguity. C++ maintains its simplicity. Developers can easily understand the language and easy to write codes, and it increases the source code reliability and writability. C++ maintains expressivity. Expressivity mainly deals with lines of code. With the use of methods and namespace in C++, the developer can reduce LOC. Therefore, developers can avoid the repetition of codes. This shows an example where Notepad++ has used expressivity in auto-completion. When a same action is needed to be repeated, a single method can be used. As you can see, create method is used twice by different classes. Reliability in C++ is accomplished by error handling and type checking. Error handling. An exception is a situation in which a program has an unexpected circumstance that the section of code containing the problem is not explicitly designed to handle. In C++, exception handling is useful because it makes it easy to separate the error handling code from the code written to handle the course of the program. Doing so makes reading and writing the code easier. Following is an example where an exception is handled and it is thrown. Type checking. C++ handles type checking in many occasions. Here is an example. String num1 equals 5. And there is another variable declared as int num2 equals 5. The total is taken to another variable called tot. And here the expression cause an error because variable types are different. Programming principles. 0-1 infinity rule suggests that arbitrary limits on the number of instances of a particular entity should not be allowed. Specifically, that an entity should either be forbidden entirely, one should be allowed, or any number of them should be allowed. For an example, in integer type variable length is 1 to 250. 250 is assumed as infinity, therefore easy to remember, not necessary to remember additional things. Structural consistency. The static structure of a program should correspond in a simple way to the dynamic structure of the program. All looping structures support the principle. By looking at the static structure, the output can be decided. As you can see, the following for loop, by looking at its structure, we can decide what the output is. Syntactic consistency. C++ have overcome several drawbacks from early languages. Syntactic consistency is defined as the things which look similar has to be similar, things which look different should be different. For example, the use of equal operator, use of power operator, use of AND operator. Portability. The ability to perform the developed software in multiple platforms. Notepad++ is